Please stand for the pledges.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Please be seated for a moment of silence. The powerlifting banquet will take place on Monday, April 24th from 6 to 8 at the Children's Health Community Room. Tickets are available on the Powerlifting Twitter page. There will be a lunchtime hype show today during lunch to get hyped for prom. You will have a chance to submit songs for the PHS Prom Curated Song List. Submit a request and earn a chance at free prom tickets. Be sure to stay tuned. ENN is next.
Today on Eagle Nation News, one student at PHS is looking for ways to end bullying. Meet Jaden and her ideas to make a change. One junior has found a passion both in front of and behind the camera. Landry Long sits down with Gracie to hear about her passions.
Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. Today is Friday, April 21st. I'm Tyler Medeiros.
And I'm Coleman Meyer.
Texas mother Jessica Chavez is squirming after a shocking discovery in her baby's formula. As Chavez told KXAN, quote, "I was scooping up some formula, and then I noticed something black inside the powder. So I got it out, and it was moving. That's when I noticed it was a worm." She's been using this for formula for weeks on her 8-month-old son. Upon spotting the worms, Chavez contacted the maker of the formula, Enfamil, and was offered a refund and got scheduled to take samples of it as part of the investigation. Chavez claims her son has had an upset stomach for weeks and now plans him to get tested for parasites.
SpaceX is still putting the pieces together this morning after their most recent failed launch attempt. At 9:28 a.m. yesterday, SpaceX's Starship rocket launched for its maiden test flight in South Texas over the Gulf of Mexico. The unmanned rocket flew for over 2 minutes before it lost control and met its end in a cloud of flaming debris. Despite the launch's failure, CEO of SpaceX Elon Musk tweeted, "Congrats SpaceX team on an exciting test launch of Starship. We learned a lot for the next test launch in a few months. It is still unclear to engineers what caused the rocket's failure at this time."
It's a bummer that the ship crashed, but it was still cool to see it launch.
Yeah, it definitely was. Moving back to Earth, Jaden Galui, a junior at PHS, has experienced bullying. Jaden shares her story and how she plans to work with Hope Squad to find a way to end it in Prosper.
People bully others because they don't understand them. Humans naturally fear what they don't understand, like when you're afraid of the dark, and fear can turn to hostility, and that's what leads to bullying. The kids who tend to bully others tend to be the ones who feel powerful, and society makes them feel powerful, and so that's why they do it. But it does tend to be the groups that are less up there in the social structure. As it doesn't really get treated, it kind of increases in intensity. So there are students who recognize me outside of school around Prosper, and the most dangerous incident was at the end of last semester when a student made it seem like there was plenty of space for me to pull forward in the parking lot, and as I started to pull forward, they zoomed forward in their truck, and they have a big truck, and I drive a tiny Honda Civic. So they recognized me as well, they could clearly tell who I was, and the student behind them was in on it. And that was where it crossed the line where I said, okay, this is now mean and flat out dangerous, so something's got to be done about this to fix it, right? I first decided I wanted to talk to Hope Squad when the meeting I had with my admin and counselor was first organized, And I said, I don't really know what Hope Squad does, and I want to help them do more because I think they're in a great place to bring people closer together. And it was because of one student and repeated instances with that student, and it wasn't getting fixed, and I said, okay, there's got to be a better way to go about this than constantly complaining to my counselor like, hey, can you get this fixed? So I decided to go about it in a different, more positive route. A lot of what I'm trying to do with Hope Squad is less so stop bullying, because that's more of an administrative thing, but really bring people closer together and make everyone realize that we aren't that different and everyone's going to have something in common. I brought ideas in just connecting with students, bringing them together. If they see someone get bullied, go up and talk to them after, because it turns a negative experience of getting bullied into a negative experience with a positive ending. Someone came up to you after the fact and said, hey, I feel your pain. My long-term goal is having better ways for students to feel connected with others even when they are being bullied, and better ways that bullying is handled disciplinarily, and just keeping students from bullying in the first place, educating students on the effects of it, educating students about one another, and helping them learn and meet one another and just learn each other's experiences so that they can understand one another and not bully one another.
Jaden hopes to see a positive change not only just at PHS, but in all of Prosper ISD.
'Tis the season of movies and music festivals. Stay tuned, Talent Talk is up next.
The Prosper Engineering team is sending 2 robotics teams to the first Robotics World Championship in Houston. This is the first time in school history that 2 teams have qualified for Worlds. Check social media for the live broadcast link each day to watch from April 19th to the 22nd.
This week on Talent Talk, the set list for Coachella has been shaken up, and the long-awaited Dungeons & Dragons movie is finally here. Madeline, you play D&D, right?
Yes, I do.
Then I bet you definitely have some opinions on this movie.
I have so many opinions on this movie.
Take it away, Madeline.
Thank you, Coleman. I'm not sure how we've avoided talking about this movie for the last few weeks, but I am glad that I'm the one who gets to speak on it now. Honor Among Thieves, a movie based after the tabletop RPG Dungeons & Dragons, released in theaters May 31st. I've been playing D&D for 4 years, and this movie was beyond entertaining and hilarious to me. The jokes landed, the references to the game weren't cheesy like I was worried they would be, and the characters were lovable and D&D realistic. The visuals were impressive too, and the cast, which included Chris Pine, Sophia Lillis, Regé-Jean Page, and Hugh Grant, gave incredible performances. To the average viewer, the movie might lack appeal, but to avid D&D fans like myself, it brings to life exactly what we experience weekly, or rather when everyone's schedules align. For fantasy RPG fans, I highly recommend you watch Honor Among Thieves before it leaves theaters next Wednesday. Weekend 1 of Coachella has come and gone, and Weekend 2 starts today. Headliners this year are Bad Bunny, Blackpink, and Frank Ocean. Or rather, was Frank Ocean. A representative for the rapper told Variety that Ocean will not be performing his set scheduled for Sunday due to a leg injury he suffered before the festival began. He still performed a reworked show Weekend 1, but has been advised by his doctor not to perform this weekend due to 2 fractures and a sprain in his left leg. Blink-182 will be taking his headliner spot this Sunday. Pivoting to local talent, music is being made here in Prosper. Landry Long gives a voice to one student who shines in front of and behind the camera.
Where words fail, music speaks. And for PHS junior Gracie Archibek, she has always been in the world of music.
My favorite part of playing music is being on stage and just playing what you have worked so hard on and showcasing it. It makes you feel like you're doing something right.
But Gracie's talents switch beats from one studio to the next.
I took photojournalism just for fun, just for an elective. I didn't know what else to do, and that really stemmed something. I found my mom's old Sony digital camera, and I just started playing around with that, and ever since then, it's just like, I want to do this more. I'm bringing it everywhere. I'm taking pictures of everything.
Gracie knows how some of her favorite moments take place under the spotlight playing music, and loves to look back at old photos and videos. So she put together her talents to capture other bands' highest musical moments through photography.
When I decided that I wanted to put two and two together and take pictures while in the music scene, I really started to see myself grow in it. I went to a show at the Revel, and it's actually a local band here in Prosper called Laredo 2. I just asked them, and I was like, do you need pictures? They're like, yeah. I'm currently their photographer and social media manager, and they're some of the best people I ever know. They're my best friends.
We've developed a personal relationship, and she's more than just somebody to take photos with us. She is somebody that we consider one of our best friends, each and every member of the band. I have no doubt in my mind that Gracie is going to make a solid impact on her industry and definitely be somebody that so many other people that do what she does or want to do what she does can look up to.
With this new passion, Gracie has grown behind and in front of the camera.
When you're behind the camera, you're there for who's up on stage and you're supporting them. When I feel down about music and I don't feel confident, I remember that these people they're here for me. Being behind the camera in that way has really made me realize that you're supported. Knowing that people can someday do that for me it's just really cool to think about.
Gracie's musical journey carries on, capturing more moments of others and herself. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Landry Long.
You can check out some of Gracie's work on Eagle Nation online or her own website, GMA Photography.
On the topic of local talent, the golf team competed in the Region 6A Championship this week. Game time is up next.
Auditions for the award-winning Prosper Color Guard will take place on March 24th, 25th, and 27th at 4:30 in the Band Hall. No experience is necessary to audition. Visit the Band Hall in room 1167 for more information.
It is almost the end of the regular season for baseball. Grace Escobar is in studio with updates on baseball and all Prosper sports in this week's Game Time.
Thanks, Tyler. The baseball team had a close 2-1 loss to Allen on Tuesday and fell short to Denton Braswell last Friday, 5-4. The Eagles will rematch Allen tonight at the Prosper Baseball Field at 7:30. In softball news, the Lady Eagles had a big 11-1 win over Denton Braswell last Friday, but weren't able to pull out the win over Allen on Tuesday, falling short 8-7. The Lady Eagles will play again tonight at McKinney against the Lions at 7. Moving to golf, the Lady Eagles took part in the Region 1 6A Championship this week and finished in 5th. The Eagles also competed this week and finished in 7th. Also competing in the playoffs is the track and field team. The Eagles are currently taking part in the 6A area meet at Capel. The meet will continue throughout the day. That's all for Prosper Sports. Back to you, Tyler and Coleman.
Thanks, Grace. Also taking place today in the annual Relay for Life event. Zach Manning is at the track to see the preparation for tonight's event. Zach?
Thank you, Tyler. I am here live on the Prosper football field. Joining me today are two familiar faces you guys may recognize, Parker and Landry. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Can y'all tell me just a little bit about what's going on here today?
So today is Relay for Life. We're both in the student leadership class, and we've been working all semester to get this event ready, and today is the day that it all comes together.
Yeah, and what is the main cause of everything here today?
Yeah, so Relay for Life is a big fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, and this year's theme is Disney, so it's Wish Upon a Cure, so make sure to head out to the football fields at 6 tonight. You don't want to miss out.
And what can everybody expect to see tonight?
Well, there's going to be food, dunk tanks, you can do the relay, there'll be tons of games, tons of clubs and sports here representing all different schools from the area, so just make sure to show up because there's a lot of cool stuff happening tonight.
Well, that sure sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody be sure to show up and show out as Relay for Life is tonight at 6 p.m. Back to you guys at the desk. Oh, my.
Zach, Landry, Parker, I hope you guys are okay. Thanks, Zach. Relay for Life will take place tonight from 6 to 10 at the PHS track.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Once again, I'm Tyler Medeiros.
And I'm Coleman Meyer. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day, and go Eagles.